That's right, Leanne. We're going to switch gears, and we're talking about barbecue, hosting a garden party and a barbecue party, and I'm joined with Paula Roy, who's a contributor at Ottawa at Home magazine. So just talk a bit about, what we're seeing, because we're taking things a bit different. We're not doing your traditional items you normally see.
That's right. I know that when I go to a party, I want to talk, I want to have a drink in my hand, I want to mingle. I don't want to sit down and have to be cutting into a steak or a whole chicken breast or even trying to eat a burger. So there's a way you can kind of deconstruct the meal, make it really tasty. All of these things can be prepared and or cooked ahead of time.
Okay. So
you can kind of turn it into a tapas-style garden party where you have dishes just rolling off the grill throughout the party, and the people who like to hover around the grill can watch what's happening, and it just makes it really fun. So one of the tricks I like to do is to make up some chips ahead of time. These are baked plantain chips. They're a cousin to the banana. They're really crispy and tasty.
And are these homemade? You made
these
yourself?
Are homemade. I made these this morning.
Okay.
And then I also made up some kale chips, and my husband actually likes these as much as he likes potato chips, and that says a whole lot because he loves potato chips.
And kale is so good for you as well, right?
A great thing about kale is that cooking doesn't really diminish its nutrition. So it's really, really good for you.
And these are very tasty. So it's a tradition, like potato chip, but a bit healthier version.
That's right. Lots of potassium and fiber in a plantain versus potato chip. Flavor, but that's about it.
Right, that's
so
it.
Then it's fun to put things on skewers because they're easy for people to eat. They don't even need a plate. They might just grab a napkin. They can just munch right off the skewer. I like to use a few different kinds of skewers. Here I've got some pieces of lemongrass that I've taken, and because all of these dishes are on the grill just a short time, you don't even need to soak them ahead of time.
Really?
There's traditional skewers. They also sell these great double skewers, which is nice because then the food doesn't start to spin while you're cooking it.
Okay. Wow.
So another thing that concerns me at a garden party is if you're trying to dip foods, it's the double dipping thing, which of course scares me to death, and also it can be really messy to eat. So I just put the dips on while I'm cooking. These are sausages that were pre-cooked on the grill, then sliced, threaded onto the skewers, brushed with a combination of mustard and rum, and then quickly thrown back on the grill, just to heat them up and to glaze them a little.
Okay.
And again, you can have the skewers all made up.
So those are ready to go.
You
don't have to worry about having a dip.
And kind of a tropical theme with the rum and so on. I know it's never too early for rum punch.
It's never
with homemade orange, watermelon, pineapple juice, and the swizzle stick that she's lovely swizzling job there is actually sugar cane. So you can buy sugar cane either fresh or canned, cut it into swizzle sticks. They can even be used as skewers for food, for soft foods.
That is so delicious.
It's just kind of fun. And here we've got, using the lemongrass skewers, we've got shrimp and pineapple. The shrimp's been marinated in rum and garlic and cilantro and a bit of fruit juice. And same thing, thread them up ahead of time. They grill up so fast, and it doesn't matter if the fruit's not cooked.
And so you can just reheat these after, basically, after you've grilled it the day before.
Well, the shrimp you can actually grill. It takes about 3 or 4 minutes total. So you can actually do it right at the party, which is fun.
Very nice.
Because the shrimp doesn't reheat quite as well. And then here we've done fruit skewers, again, keeping with the theme of tropical. And you can grill fruit au naturel, but it's really nice to brush it with a mixture of melted butter and either honey or maple syrup and a little bit of nutmeg. Again, bringing out those tropical flavors. So
I love how you're bringing fruit, pardon me, and adding that barbecue theme into it as well. So you're kind of barbecuing your fruit.
And this would work equally well if you wanted to throw on peaches or nectarines or plums, any sort of firm fruit that can be cut into kind of 1 inch, 1.5 inch size
And I'm imagining
chunks.
you'll have to keep your grill on pretty low.
Medium.
With fruit?
It's pretty forgiving. I mean, it's just a matter of watching them. And if the guy's at the grill, he's going to have 10 armchair quarterbacks right behind him, hovering over his shoulder. Are you sure that's done? Is that not done? So, and that last one we want to show here is a great thing called halloum or halloumi cheese. And what's neat about this is that it has a really high melting point. So you can actually throw these slices of cheese right on the grill. We've done it here in the frying pan just to make it easier. And they've just been brushed with a little olive oil. You throw on some lemon, quick grind of pepper, and they are just so delicious.
And where do you find this cheese?
This cheese you can get anywhere now. I get it at the superstore. I've seen it at cheese shops or whatever. And it's just tasty. It's a bit salty. It's kind of got a tang. And the fun is laying slices of cheese on your grill, and you see everybody freak out because they think they're just going to make a mess. It's never going to work.
And that's what I thought originally, but then it's held its texture and it's held its form, which is great.
That's right. And you can also cut it into cubes and put it on skewers. It's really nice with meat and so on.
Thank you so much. Well, we're going to have you guys coming back in shortly. And of course, all your recipes are also found online
on my blog, constantlycooking.wordpress.com.
Well, thank you so much for having us here today. Great ideas for garden parties and barbecue parties.